Topic 1B, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Students. By the end of this podcast, you should be able to identify 7 habits that will help ensure your success throughout this semester. Let me start off by saying that I've borrowed this title from Stephen Covey's best-selling self-help book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. You might also want to familiarize yourself with the concept in that book, as millions have found them helpful guides for lifelong success. A brief summary can be viewed at www.brevity.com/7-habits-3-minutes-video, the website down here. For now, however, we'll concentrate on 7 habits of highly effective students. They fall into 3 general categories: in-class behaviors, at-home behaviors, and communication. First, in-class behaviors. Highly effective students almost always attend the whole class. They arrive early or on time, stay for the entire session, and rarely, if ever, miss class. They use the restroom before or after class, and when they do leave the classroom for any reason, which is rare, they hurry back. They understand that every minute in the classroom counts, and there's no substitute for being there in person. When in class, highly effective students are focused only on class. They make eye contact with the professor occasionally. The rest of the time, they are taking notes with a pen and paper, not just on what the professor writes on the board, but on almost everything she says. They refrain from chatting with their classmates while the professor is speaking, and they never, ever put their head on their desk. Most importantly, they never take their cell phone out of their handbag or pocket. It's away and silenced for the entire class. At home, highly effective students read their class notes over within 24 hours of class. Studies show that reviewing your notes after class helps you to retain information. In podcast 3, you'll learn the Cornell method of note-taking. This method contains space for you to write questions down that you still might have after class. Taking the time to read over your notes and think deeply about course material is essential to academic success. Highly effective students prepare fully for the upcoming class. They read, take notes on the reading, and complete required assignments before class. They understand that coming unprepared makes them less likely to understand and be able to participate in class. Highly effective students also hand in assignments on time. They understand that missed deadlines snowball. Missing one quiz, for example, makes it harder to catch up on the rest. They write their assignments for all their classes down on one calendar, or they use an online calendar like Google Calendar so that they're able to keep up with all of their work. Communication. Highly effective students reach out to the professor immediately with questions and problems. Because highly effective students regularly review their notes and keep up to date with assignments, they're aware of when they don't understand something. So they ask the professor for clarification during the following class session or email her with any issues that might prevent them from handing work in on time. In short, they take responsibility for their own learning. Highly effective students also follow the professor's advice, especially regarding seeking additional help. History is a writing-intensive discipline, even when the course itself isn't designated as such on your transcript. Most students need some type of help with their writing, and some more so than others. Highly effective students understand that their grades depend on their ability to produce organized, persuasive, and grammatically correct essays, and they make the time to build this skill over time. They visit the writing center and/or history tutors regularly to get critical feedback on their writing, and they incorporate the feedback of the tutors and the professor to improve every paper throughout the semester. Establishing good habits for academic success can be difficult, especially if you've never behaved in these ways before. Just like getting in good physical shape requires consistent exercise and a healthy diet, so too does getting in good intellectual shape require persistence and practice. Like a dieter, you may have setbacks, but remember, keep applying these 7 habits of highly effective students more often than you do not, and you will achieve the slow and steady results that you want in the long term.